What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp. It is March 7th, 2022. This is Fightful Wrestling. This is your post-Raw review. We got Denise Salcedo here. We are both fresh off a trip to Orlando. Denise, how you doing?
You know what? I'll tell you this, Sean. We've done other shows where I felt like death. I don't feel like too bad this time around. Because I slept on the plane. It was a 5-hour flight back from Florida to California. So I got to sleep. My neck, though, I got to tell you, it is stiff as hell because I had a middle seat for all 5 hours.
Oh, no.
That was my last minute flight. So I got stuck with a middle seat. And I mean, it was what it was. But I'm doing all right.
This show brought to you by NordVPN.com/Fightful and AthleticGreens.com/Fightful. Check it out. We'll tell you about Fightful Select. Saturday afternoon, we got some news that WWE was being like weirdly secretive about their MSG show. They had TBD listed as Brock's opponent. Brock was originally supposed to go up before intermission. Then they moved him to the main event. They weren't telling anybody who it was. And it was Austin Theory. And I said, you know what? That's not good enough. That's not good enough. We're going to drop a bunch of scoops on Fightful Select. So we posted that Swerve Strickland would be debuting for AEW at AEW Revolution. That did happen. So check out Fightful Select. I had another impending debut. We had, I feel like I can just say it. It's not a secret. Jeff Hardy is heading to AEW. I should have more news on that this week, and it is pretty surprising news that I'm trying to nail down. But I know I told you guys I would have news on a finish that changed a bunch at Revolution, and whatever update I can conjure up about Cody Rhodes. I was traveling a lot today, lost my camera, don't know where that is right now, so that will be up tomorrow. We'll get it going for you guys. But let's talk about Raw. Valab says, Veer refused to come.
I mean, they didn't even play a video today, did they? Well, I don't know because I fast forwarded a lot of the break stuff. So I don't know if they actually shared a video of Veer today, but I don't recall seeing one.
Well, if you want your question or statement read on the air, like our friend Valab, you can send a super chat here on youtube.com/Fightful, or you can head over to humperchats.com. If you don't watch the show live, Humper Chats are the way to do it. It works with Streamlabs and PayPal as well, and we'll read it as it fits into the show. But leave us a thumbs up either way. That really, really helps us out. Veer coming has lasted longer than Emelina now.
I don't care anymore. I
don't care about him coming?
I just don't care. Wow. I've lost my sense of humor, Sean. This is the theme for today. I have no sense of humor today. I've lost it. I honestly just don't care about this Veer thing anymore. It was really funny for a good time, and it gave me some good content. Now I'm just like, I don't care. Who cares? No one cares.
Speaking of Fightful Select, Mike Straw had a major report that dropped on Fightful Select today. The WWE has been in talks with EA about their gaming future. We've got a full story on that over at FightfulSelect.com. Show Mike Straw some love. He is one of the best covering video games out there right now. But we have AJ Lamb saying, so happy for Don Callis coming out with Omega's music. So many people got out of the merch line for it, and I got to move up.
No, stop it. That is fucked.
That's amazing.
So messed up.
I love it.
But it's hilarious because, like, why would Kenny Omega come in the buy-in show, yet so many freaking people fell for it, including myself? But, like, if I was in freaking line, I would have been pissed.
I fell for it because Kenny had a locker room at AEW Revolution. There was one that said Omega and the Young Bucks, which, I mean, he's still an EVP. I even got the news and posted it on FightfulSelect.com that he was the person who informed Brian Cage that they were picking up his option. So, I mean, like, he's still doing his day-to-day work there.
Yeah.
But RP says, thanks for all the content over the weekend. Fella, I mean, we're at least going to have audio of Thunder Rosa, Top Dollar, Matt Hardy, RJ City, Mikey Ruckus, but I'm trying to track down that footage. Hopefully we can do it. My memory card was in there, but we do have a full stream of the scrum this weekend as well. I saw Alex and Kate did a 3-hour review in which I did not sign off on, but you know what? They did it. So there you go. Hey, what's that over there? Says, I know this is Raw, but crazy to think WWE turned away people like Wardlow and Jade. They wanted Jade. I don't know about Wardlow, but they wanted Jade Cargill. It just didn't happen. And Jam That Jam says, not Raw related, but wonder if there are any further injury updates after Revolution. In particular, Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, and Ricky Starks. Are any of them likely to miss any ring time? Orange Cassidy was getting checked on. I don't know about Eddie Kingston. Tony Khan said that Ricky Starks is fine. I heard of a chipped tooth that happened as well.
Who?
Jose, I believe it was. Jose chipped his tooth.
The assistant?
I believe so. Over the past week, chipped his tooth. But yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure. It was sometime over the past week that happened. Nerd Guru says, Raw was pretty mid. Hope you all had an awesome time at Revolution. Hope Becky is okay. She was missed tonight. Check her promo she posted on Insta. She took a hair whip to the throat, Denise.
Ooh, brutal. I
heard she's all right. She's all right now. That's good to know. That's definitely good to hear. JW Pringle says, watching Raw after AEW Revolution, it's like watching junior high football after going to the Super Bowl. So in some instances, I agree, Denise. But that opening match on Raw was unbelievable. Let's talk about it. It kicked off with that incredible tag match. This was insanity. We had the KO and Seth Rollins promo, and that led to the new music of Alpha Academy, the shoosh at the beginning. I thought it was just him on the mic. I love that kicking off his theme.
Oh, God. I mean, it's all right. It could be worse. Oh, no, actually. I mean, it's okay. I don't care.
Good. Come on.
I guess.
Owens and Rollins were like, this is our path to WrestleMania. This is how we get there, which is, okay, I should say comical to me that they wouldn't have them on WrestleMania, but they've left Owens off WrestleMania before.
Yeah.
So I could see why he would think that. I would love to see Owens be like, well, Seth, you don't have anything to worry about. You'll end up there. It's always a problem for me making sure that I get on there. In fact, we had to face each other at a WrestleMania one time. But this led to the tag title match. And Orton was backstage. He was fired up. Riddle was talking about his extensive vocabulary of tubular. And what we got after this was one of the best tag team matches in Raw history, I think. This one was unbelievable. Otis ate a sing bomb on the damn table. There was a moonsault into an RKO. This was the most ridiculous thing.
Okay, so it was really good. No! Why would you do this to me, Anshu? Can you? No, please. I think we would lose like so many viewers, Sean, if you just started shushing every 10 seconds. But no, in all seriousness, if you're one of those people that haven't tuned into Raw in a long time, I would tune in for this match. It was legitimately good. The crowd, I haven't seen the crowd react like that to a match or anything on Raw in such a long time. And it isn't even when, there's so many times where you hear loud reactions, right? And there's like, everybody's just sitting there like this. No, This time you see the people, they're standing up, they're cheering. There was so much that I loved. Some of the stuff that I loved was the second that Randy got tagged in. I think that's when this match kind of went to like a whole other level. It was one of those things where he came in and he brought so much fire. Like he hit the double DDT on Seth and Gable. I loved that. But most importantly, I liked when they had Randy hit the RKO on Seth Rollins and he goes for the pin, but Kevin Owens pulls the leg to break up the pin. And then automatically Randy Orton goes to this outside and he puts Kevin Owens, Chad Gable, and Otis through the table. That was like a really nice, like continuous sequence. That was really cool. I loved the stomp from Matt Riddle. That was really, from Seth Rollins to Matt Riddle. The stomp off the top rope was really great. The German suplexes from Chad Gable, where he just kind of kept going like from one guy to another. He got Riddle and then he got Seth. That was back to back. That was really good. The moonsault from Gable that ended up finding himself at the end of an RKO. I don't know, Sean, you might be able to tell me this, but have we ever seen anything like that before? Because I don't recall ever seeing that.
I've never seen one like that in WWE. That RKO was unbelievable. And we have Nerd Guru saying it was an all-timer. It was amazing. It was nonstop. And RK Bro wins the title. I love how into this Randy Orton was. He's like, I'm having more fun than I've ever had in my entire career. And he's like, and Riddle is my friend, and I don't have any other friends.
But the finish too, though, with the stomp and then Matt Riddle stealing the victory, I thought that was a really good way to it's not every day that we get finishes like that for WWE. It was creative. It actually moved forward the stories with Seth and Kevin Owens, and they were all depressed afterwards after losing. RK Bro, I wasn't expecting them to win the tag titles, but I thought that was a pretty good moment for them. I just really liked everything that they did here. Yeah.
Lakelock says, damn guys, why do they got to do that to my boy Chad Gable? He's one of the best pure wrestlers in WWE. He deserves so much more. Well, right now he's in a feud with Riddle, Orton, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. That's a pretty good spot to be in right there.
This is the best that they've ever done with him. So I have zero complaints whatsoever. Like, for the most part, he's getting over. I mean, he's got a couple of sayings now, the shush thing, the thank you, and I forgot what else. But he has a character. I mean, it's been worse. He was freaking Shorty G. Come on.
Cadillac Carson asked if it's better to be shooshed or muted.
I prefer being muted.
I'm going to get people to call me Shoosh Ross Sapp.
That makes me want to cry.
You're excited for it. I know you are. So, Anshu says tag team match was 2 fire emojis. It was. It was immediately one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen on WWE Raw. It was very special. Like, you gotta go watch this match. I know a lot of you, quite frankly, don't watch Raw, but you watch our show. Watch the tag team title match. It was amazing. Yes.
Yeah, I said that. Like, literally, you got to go do it.
But people listen to me. Omar says, hi, Denise.
Well, they don't say hi to you.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Do you want to recount?
I got a funny story to tell you. You tell yours first. Go.
No, I'm just saying.
Go. Oh, okay. I'll tell the people. Don't ever walk with Sean Ross Sapp when you're in a goddamn freaking rush. All right. First of all, Sean, you're a lot taller in person. You stick out like a sore thumb. You're like a walking wrestling journalist giraffe, okay? And everybody was like, Sean, tell us about Cody. Sean, can I get a picture? Sean. I was like, oh my God, can we just keep walking? And we had to stop because you were taking pictures of and this and that. And then we finally go in and I was just there waiting. I mean, let me tell you something. Walking in back of you, not fun.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Shoosh Ross Sapp. Love you.
Yeah, so that was my experience. You know what I felt like? I felt like your personal freaking entourage. I felt like your paparazzi.
Hey,
all I needed was to start snapping photos of you walking by.
At one point, someone said, hey, Fightful. And we both work here, so.
No, well, I do have a funny story. So I was hanging out with John Alba in the hallway. Not taking a big fat shit, by the way.
Oh.
And thank you so much for posting that. It got over 1,000 freaking likes. And there's people out there that legitimately believe that. Thank you very much, Sean.
Well, they should. I'm reliable.
Hold on. So I had a couple of people that finally recognized me and they went up to me and they were like, hey, Denise. And then somebody came up to John Alba and asked, because you know how he had the red suit? They asked him if he can help them with their seats. They thought he was an usher. And then John Alba told me that happened to him like multiple times. I was dying because it happened back to back. 2 guys came up to me and I was like, hey man. And then they left. And then some guy came up to John and asked him to help him for his seats.
Poor
it was
John.
amazing. And you missed it. You really missed a great moment.
Oh, man.
I was mad that you missed it.
I'm mad that I missed it, honestly. He could have shown you where the restroom is for your big fat shit.
Dude, I changed seats, man. I was sitting 2 rows behind you.
I know
was seeing you chow down on a burger.
Oh, it's terrible. But I know you moved to the toilet seat.
No, I literally moved right next to AJ Awesome, who was in the back row, because I wasn't getting any Wi-Fi.
Punk Rock Show says Denise and SRS equals DS, dual screen. Coincidence? I think not. Denise and SRS are leaders of the Perfect Teeth Club. I'm having a tooth worked on next week, actually. I'm having dental surgery. I'm off Wednesday. So I wish. Yeah, legitimately.
Are they knocking you out?
They've got me on oral sedation, so I've got to take like a Halcyon. I've never done anything like that. Are you
being put to sleep?
I'll be awake, but not cognizant. Yeah.
Why don't they just knock you out?
I don't know. Hollywood Denise Salcedo.
Please don't let that stick. I'd rather be step host.
So we're gonna split up the other Kevin Owens stuff, obviously, once I can find out. There we go. We've got Orlando saying that Raw tag match was amazing. Last time Randy did an RKO like that was from Matt Sydal when he did a shooting star press. He's done some good ones as well. Like, he's done some really, really incredible ones. But those are two that really stick out to me right there. And Orton doing it at this stage of his career is incredible. It's just really great.
Perfect timing, too. Flawless. It was just like, it was very beautifully executed.
And a lot of people asking about Cody. Again, what I know, I'll have on Fightful Select on Tuesday. Now, I can't tell you by then if it'll be a lot or not. I had somebody message a friend of mine and say, what's SRS's big Cody update? And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who said big? Who said big? I'm just doing a damn update. I reached out to the guy. I heard back from him this weekend. So I'll post what I know.
Oh. What, Sean, here's the thing, though. People got it all wrong. They don't got to subscribe to Fightful Select or follow you on Twitter. They just see you on the street and they can just ask you for scoops.
Well, my favorite is when people I'll post something, like I'll send a tweet. Hey, Denise, how are you? And then it's like,
you never
what's up with
send
Cody?
me a tweet like that.
Yeah, I have.
No.
That isn't true at all.
No, you've never sent me a "Hey Denise, how are you?" tweet, and I know you're going to do it now just to prove me wrong. But you've never said, "Hey Denise, how are you?" Never in your life.
Never.
I
do it every time we go on the air.
No, I usually come on and I say, "Hey Sean, how's it going?" Literally every single day that I come on the stream, I say the exact same thing. "Hey Sean, how's it going?"
No, this is you.
I ask you.
Here's a recreation every time. Oh, hey, Sean. Every time.
What are you talking about?
That's you. It always catches you off guard.
Oh, because I'm always not on the tab.
Oh. Well, again, to prove you wrong, I have tweeted you that before. Let's just... Hey, Denise, how are you?
Yeah, 30 seconds ago.
It was much longer than that. It was 30 seconds ago when I took the screenshot. Anyway, Josh's Town says Cody teased during the Seth and KO promo to open. They're still leaning into it, the undeniable thing. And for those not aware, it's because Cody Rhodes is, like, one of his taglines is from undesirable to undeniable. Tom says, what's their plan for Seth if Cody plans fall through? I haven't heard of anything. Haven't heard of a thing. So I don't know. I'm sure they've got something for Seth if it falls through, but Vader didn't fall through. Vader's going into the Hall of Fame. I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. Definitely deserved. Very excited.
One of my favorites ever. Like, what an incredible star. Like, he was the monster heel. I mean, in that era, for me as a kid, Yokozuna on one brand, Vader on the other, I was like, oh, holy shit. And when Vader came to WWF and wrestled Yokozuna, little me was like, holy shit, this is going to be awesome. It wasn't, but I thought it was going to be awesome.
And he was Frankie Stachino's daddy.
Oh, yes. He's incredible. I'm going to see Mr. Feeney in a few weeks.
Wait, what?
At a Comic-Con, yeah.
Wait, he's still alive?
Yeah. I'd love to do an interview with him.
Oh my God, are you... I didn't know.
Yes, if he's dead, I don't know why they're promoting him for this show.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know that he was still alive. I'm so happy to hear that. I love Mr. Feeney. RH
loved your work on Mission Pro's show. Raw proves they can make great matches and arcs, but choose not to. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Like, WWE has the talent to put on banger matches like what we saw all the time. Well, this Miz TV segment was not a banger. Miz came out. He talked about how happy he was to be back in Cleveland. He brought out Logan Paul. Logan Paul loves Cleveland. Cleveland did not love him. They were very, very mixed on him. So then he brings out Jerry the King Lawler in a Cleveland jersey. He is a big Cleveland sports fan. However, it's like he's sitting there calling for a WrestleMania in Cleveland. Ain't nobody in that building thinking they're going to do WrestleMania in Cleveland ever. And then Miz starts healing Cleveland, and he's like, no, it sucks here. Bye. This was a waste of time.
This was a lot of talking and nothing happening. The best line was one line when The Miz said, winners leave Cleveland. That was it. But everything else was just gibberish. I didn't care for Logan Paul didn't get a good reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't care for this. There was nothing that really happened.
This was a waste of time. This did nothing. I mean, maybe it showed like a little bit of like dissension between Miz and Logan Paul, but that was about it.
Yeah, but even then, that was not much, to be honest. It was not good. I was at least expecting maybe Logan Paul to say something funny or something like that, but this just went on way too long.
Josh's Town says Logan Paul is the GOAT. I mean, he drives some traffic. Joel Woods says, based on your expert opinion and based on what you heard, do you still think Cody comes to WWE? Yeah, I do. I think he will eventually. I don't know why they wouldn't pay him the same kind of money that AJ and Kevin Owens are making. I think that, I don't know if that's the hang up, but
I have a question for you. I'm gonna put you on the spot. So if you let's say that he's still going to WWE. Do you debut him on the Jacksonville show?
I would. I think that's the ultimate troll. I think that's the one to do it on. Absolutely.
Even though they said that Cody and Tony Khan ended on peaceful terms, according to Tony Khan.
Yeah. I mean, I think Tony Khan understands this business. They take shots at WWE all the time. Like,
yeah, but it's different when they're the ones taking its shots to you with your own former guy who helped you, start up the company.
I mean, don't dish it out if you can't take it. Like that's just
a lot of people dish it out and can't take it. But I mean, I don't know about. I just it would just be like very interesting.
Michael Keys asked if Cody versus Seth is a possibility. Yeah, I would say so. JW Pringle says Mr. Feeney, also the voice of Kit in Knight Rider. He's a legend. And so, you know what? You'll be a legend too if you donate a super chat or a humper chat. Well, we had the Street Profits backstage, and Darren says it's 4 weeks to WrestleMania. I don't have a ticket. Should I be worried about not being on the WrestleMania card? Well, Street Profits didn't seem that worried, Denise.
No, they don't.
They want the smoke, by the way.
That's news to me.
I should have put that behind the paywall.
You really should have.
They're confident they will still be at WrestleMania, so cool.
I mean, there's 2 days, man. Get yourself on one of those nights. If you can't get yourself booked on 2 nights, it ain't looking good for you.
Do the men's battle royal one night and the women's another night. Like, come on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the battle royals. I always forget about the battle royals.
Omos beat Apollo Cruz's ass, and Cadillac Carson says Omos versus Aziz is happening at Mania, isn't it? I guess it'll be a sight to see, probably for the wrong reasons. Well, Cadillac Carson, this match happened. It existed. I think that Apollo Cruz is way better than this. I still don't know the end game for Omos. He can't talk. He can't work. He can't sell. He's not very charismatic. And he's about to face Commander Aziz, who does all of those things, maybe not as well as him. You know what? Today, Omos won more televised singles matches than Commander Aziz has since he signed with WWE 6 years ago. He has never won a one-on-one match on WWE TV.
I was going to say I would put Omos above Commander Aziz because they've at least been featuring him and doing stuff with him. So I actually can't believe that we're going to head on into Omos and Aziz because I'm like, who's going to lead this here? You know, like these are two guys that still kind of look a little
green, a little green.
I was going to say,
you know what? I think they are green, but that's not always bad when you use athleticgreens.com/Fightful. And right now you get a 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs when you check out athleticgreens.com/Fightful. 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. It's got a multivitamin, a multi-mineral, probiotic, and a green superfood blend, more in one convenient daily serving. You want to drink your multivitamin. You don't want to take those tabs that pass right through you. Trust me, Denise knows all about that. She looked down at AEW Revolution when she got off the commode and she saw her solid multivitamin just in there. Not me, pal. I drank my Athletic Greens 1. I took my travel packs with me to Orlando. I was feeling good. I worked all weekend on almost no sleep, which isn't recommended, but you know what? I got that energy and I was feeling good thanks to athleticgreens.com/Fightful. It's got vitamins, mineral, dairy-free probiotics, adaptogens, antioxidants, superfood complexes, digestive enzymes, mushroom complexes, and like I said, free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase when you go to athleticgreens.com/Fightful. As the research changes, so will AG1. They are always improving this formula. They have over 53 improvements over the last decade. So they're not just sticking with what brought them to the dance, so to speak. Check it out, athleticgreens.com/Fightful. Drew Chandler says, Alex and Kate are why I pay you $5. Show them some respect. I wish they would show me some respect and wrap up their shows on time. But hey, you know what? If they do the super chats, I don't care. If they do good money, I don't care. Whatever. CZ says, hi, Denise.
Hello.
Fear and Loathing in New York City says, Denise, how many states did you not have nachos in this weekend?
I didn't have nachos this time because I didn't want to. I'm too scared. Although this time I should have gotten nachos because they actually had the Tostito bag. So you knew the chips were at least going to be good. I didn't see the sauce, but I wanted some food. So I went for some chicken strips. I had the fries. Yeah. Oh, they were really good. The fries were really good. The chicken strips were really good.
At the venue?
Yeah.
The fries were great. Like,
right?
That's one of the top arena foods I've eaten were just the fries. The burgers. Ew.
You should have gotten the chicken strips. The chicken strips were good.
Really?
The barbecue sauce. But yeah, the fries were bomb. They were great.
Joel says, put Omos and Aziz at Mania and a Who Rips the Pecker off first match. Do you remember that?
No.
Commander Aziz was Daba Kato and he was on Raw Underground and he ripped that dude's dick off.
Yeah. Okay, I remember. Sorry.
Leo says, have you played 2K22 yet? Is it better? I've got a review code, but it wasn't functioning right. So like the review code, not the game. I'm going to dig into it this week at some point. Hollywood Pooper says Michael Keys. Juan Ortiz says Denise needs those greens for those big fat doo-doos. Sorry, Denise. Again, guys, thank you all so much. Super chats, humper chats. You got to get them in. You got to let Denise know.
Thank you, Sean. You're giving, I have haters and they're going to be like, oh yeah, Denise, she takes big, massive shit.
Denise.
Sean said it himself.
People get mad that we literally eat in the same vicinity of one another. Of course they're going to get mad over that. It's like the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
That's why I was going to say, that's why we didn't eat together this time. We can't take the heat anymore for eating dinner. I
wish my life was exciting as people pretend it is, but Bianca Belair cut an interview, and with Becky not there, this made sense. Like, it's not optimal that Becky's not going to be there, but that's the situation that you're in right there.
Yeah. Oh wait, I was supposed to add to that.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I'm running on low energy. I wasn't thinking here. I missed the Bianca Belair promo. Was this a backstage promo?
You fast forwarded through it. Yes.
Yeah, the one where I was trying to think back. Sorry.
You've heard it before. I'm putting the EST in WrestleMania. We know you had to throw it together pretty quickly. You're good. Can't wait to see the match at Mania, but there's nothing to add to this. Perhaps a little more to add to Edge's promo. He came out and he was like, you think you know me? You don't. You don't, AJ. You're at home. I hit you in the head with chairs. Ha ha.
So I think we can call this the super emo Edge. Like, Edge is emo now. Like, he turned out the lights, didn't want to talk to mom and dad, turned down the lights. He cut his music out, right? Like, more than halfway, and he was walking without the music, had the hair, pulled up, all black. The promo itself, I thought didn't. When you come out like that with, without the lights and you're being all serious, I'm expecting something dramatic on the mic. I'm expecting something like, ooh, what's going to happen? I thought the follow-up was really much of nothing. Really, the only thing was just like, ooh, the lights are off and he's walking. You know what's funny, though? For a second when he came out with the blue lighting on his face, he kind of looked like Seth Rollins. Did you notice that?
Yes. I when I saw that, I was like, I thought he kind of looked like Rollins or Malachi or somebody because of the lighting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I like Piledriver saying he's a little misunderstood. He is a little misunderstood. I don't know if I needed to go that weird, that deep into it. It's just like, okay, he beat up the guy, but this interview didn't quite capture me.
He didn't say anything. Like, really, what did he say? Not much of anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he's coming out to this big dramatic entrance of, oh, I'm so mad, and, I'm expecting that to be followed up.
Well, WWE loves to do that with their bearded wrestlers. They had Malachi do that. They had Bray Wyatt do that. Like, you talk, but you don't really say anything. You don't say anything at all. Mark says the Edge stuff is hopeless. The mountain of omnipotence is one of the worst lines ever. I don't think it's one of the worst lines ever because I don't
mean.
Okay, as
sorry, do I sound really stupid?
No, I was about to say I don't think it's one of the worst lines ever because I don't think the WWE audience knows what omnipotence means.
And then me, what does it mean? Great, I'm stupid.
It's having a lot of power.
Thanks. You know what? I'm here to represent all the stupid people. Very happy that I can contribute.
That was on cue. Nicholas says, in the words of Edge himself, I understand. And JW Pringle brings up the blue light scary Edge, creepyish, but no one cares. Yeah, I don't need that much out of it. Like, I don't need them to go that far over.
Sean, I'm depressed. This is why I'm a wrestling what? I don't know. What am I? A wrestling personality instead of a doctor. I could have been a doctor, a lawyer, but I don't have the vocabulary.
You ain't going to be a doctor. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, this makes sense now. This is why I'm only on YouTube.
Orlando says, Raw first hour was great. The rest was meh. Still going to WrestleMania. It's my first time going to Texas. Hope to meet you guys. I will be there Thursday and Friday, assuming that I have a camera. Nerd Guru.
How about this, Sean? Get Jimmy Van to buy me a camera, and I'll give you my camera that I have right now. It's really good. Because I'm looking to upgrade.
What kind do you have right now?
The Canon EOS M50.
Canon EOS M50.
When I bought it, it was the only, what did he say?
See, it's a DSLR.
Yeah. Okay. But the camera I want, I don't know what it's called, but my friend has it and it's great. And he told me, but it was $4,000. That's the camera I want. So yeah, can Jimmy Van spare $4,000 for my new camera?
I had a really good Sony Handycam that had the mic input. That way, if I needed to quickly do an interview, bam, I slap the mic in there. Somebody can hold it. But that thing's gone as hell. And unfortunately, I realistically know that footage is long gone. So y'all are getting about 5 audio interviews over the next month or so. Fuck my life. John says, Fightful's the only place I get my wrestling news. Well, you're getting good wrestling news then, John, and I appreciate you. Mark says, how does beating up AJ make Edge in control of everything that happens in this industry? Why can't he control the show to suck less? Well, he definitely contributed to it not being great at all. But
Edge.
Yeah, and that's not usually the case. I really enjoy Edge, but yeah,
It's been 50-50, honestly. It's because he did, I think, a lot of the same thing over and over. Like the stories were changing, but he was the same Edge.
Yes. Josh says, SRS and Denise, how'd you feel about Punk getting emotional at the post-show scrum? Tony was getting emotional there too. I like seeing it because we have seen CM Punk as an often
very cool fella.
Not even that. Sometimes aloof about things, especially as it pertains to wrestling. Like, okay, for example, the first thing he said to me is, I'm going to call on Sean. Why did I block you? I'm pretty sure he blocked me because he saw a tweet and he saw Wrestling Writer and went block. Because that's just where he was at life. Like, he didn't want to have anything to do with it. Now you see how much he loves wrestling, because there were a lot of people that thought, well, he's gone, so he doesn't care about wrestling whatsoever. Well, it's not that he didn't care about wrestling. He didn't care about what was happening then. You can see how much he loved it. And shout out to Righteous Reg for making CM Punk cry.
He did make CM Punk cry. I think he pressed the button and he was ready to go, man. And then that's it. It just kind of continued. And then there was another person, I don't know his name, when he showed the tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was
CM
incredible.
Punk really had like a very strong reaction to that too.
And then he got emotional just seeing me front row. He's like, Sean, why did I block you? I'm sorry. Sorry.
I wonder when he's going to unblock you.
Well, he said he wasn't. So that's interesting. Sad. But he knew who I was and knew that he had me blocked. So that's interesting enough. So, like, I don't know if somebody sent him a tweet or he just happened to come across my tweets and was like, why do I have this asshole blocked?
Do you think he maybe unblocked you and then reblocked you?
No, I don't think he's interested in unblocking me. We get along just fine, but like, yeah, he gave me a great answer after that too. Like he was,
he did.
He was wonderful at the scrum. He was great.
Yeah.
Michael Key says AJ Styles would have been there, but he was busy taking a crap. Denise can relate, I'm sure.
I wish I was taking all these big craps that you seem to be promoting.
Okay.
I'd be super skinny right now.
Oh my God.
Listen,
I'm
Please,
not gonna
bless my bladder. I would love to shit as much as you promote.
Okay, listen, I'm not gonna say who, but I'm not gonna say who, but I was at a wrestler's hotel room this weekend, and they had a giant bucket that just said "Super Colon Cleanse" on it, and I was like, "Damn!"
Is that to shit? Like to shit more?
Yeah.
Where can we buy that? I want that.
I don't know. They're not a sponsor, so don't go get it.
Oh.
Plus, it was basic. Like there were no frills. It let you know what was up.
You got to take the day off for that, man.
I know.
You can't plan a full day and be cleaning your system.
Like I wouldn't feel comfortable taking that and then wrestling later, like at all.
Oh, dear. Well, maybe if you're used to it, if you build tolerance to it.
Sure, maybe.
I mean, if you're using it a lot, I mean, how much is there to take out? You get to a certain point where there must be nothing left.
There you go.
What, can you find a sponsor for that?
I would love to. Alejandro, hey, boy, you'd be the spokeswoman for that. I'd cut you in on that deal. I'd cut you in on the deal.
It. Want to take big fat shits and lose some weight?
Alejandro says, was Raw this dreadful back in the day, like 06 to 2010? Yeah, it was. It was just 2 hours then. It was people are saying, hey, Dr. Denise, you don't poop.
Whatever. We've figured out. I'm representing the I don't even know anymore.
Yes.
I've had a long weekend. Continue on the show.
As I broke on Twitter, since Fightful Select was down, Bron Breaker was on Raw, and to which I say, well, it was nice knowing you, NXT 2.0, because now that Vince has got to look at Bron Breaker, I doubt he's going to be around there much longer on NXT. This was a pretty cookie cutter match, but at the end of it, Bron Breaker got the crowd on his side, got the reaction with the win. I thought they were about to beat him with that zigzag. They had me sold on that finish, Denise, because I know how WWE is. And I was like, oh no, they're really going to beat him with a zigzag. And they didn't. So all things considered, I thought this was really good. You introduced Bron Breaker to your audience. Tommaso Ciampa has been like a recurring player. The Dirty D-Wags, everybody knows them. And you're promoting NXT. I thought this did an awful lot of stuff for a harmless segment. What did you think?
So here's the thing about this is that, first of all, Bron Breaker came out. He looked very happy. You could tell like he was having a good time, making his Raw debut. So good for him. The match itself, I thought that they did a good job at really showcasing his strength. And I think that was like the important thing to show people like, hey, this guy's he's going to come out and he's going to be this big muscular guy. And look at him pick up Bobby Roode when he picked up Bobby Roode and held him for like a long ass time. That was pretty cool. I want to say that even though we know Ciampa is not necessarily like the focus in this whole story, you know, he's been part of it and, you know, is part of the triple threat and all of that. But I kind of like how this is causing him to be causing him to be actually shown on the main roster. Like, this is leading to him being on the main roster. And like, I like that. I like that we're kind of getting, you know, a little bit of Ciampa there. I think that's cool. You know, it adds to what he's doing because it's just kind of like, you know, Ciampa could do a whole lot more. So I like that he's kind of, you know, benefiting from that. So that was nice. I like the finish, like the power slam for the win. That was nice. Good stuff. Good for Bron Breaker. Happy.
Bron Breaker and Roman Reigns is a big money match in the future if they don't screw it up. If they don't screw it up, that's going to be a big main event.
And here's the other thing. Bron Breaker literally had like a couple of lines when they did that backstage interview. And just within that, like he got over, I think, just because he actually showed some personality. He had more personality than a lot of the other guys that we've been seeing where I'm just like, oof. He was just happy and he brought energy. I'm happy for him.
Did Veer come yet? Nope. Anti and Brick says, would have been Raw's best time frame since 2000. Well, 2000, 2001, 2002 were pretty good. But
that was my peak fandom when I was watching.
Off the top of my head, the Batista turning on Triple H storyline was very, very good. There were some really dark periods after that. I think summer of 2010 was okay. Summer of 2011 was okay. The 2013 were really good 3-hour shows. That's when the Shield was in full force, and you had some great in-ring workers, the Usos, Bryan Danielson, Alberto Del Rio was on top of his game then. CM Punk was still there. You had a lot of really good stuff back then. I thought that was a good period as well.
Hey, Sean, are you a Triple H fan? I've never asked you.
He's all right, yeah.
Because that's mine and Luke's big thing. I'm a big Triple H fan, and Luke does not like Triple H whatsoever. Like, he considers him very boring.
I think
we've been on the opposite sides of that.
I think you were probably too young to remember Reign of Terror Triple H.
No, I was part of that. Yeah, I was part of that.
Yeah, but you were a kid, though. You were a little kid.
But still, I was still a big fan of Triple H. Like, he was always my favorite growing up.
But that was like some of the most brutally boring television, like that Triple H reign between 02, 03. It was bad.
Well, I didn't feel that it was boring. Kid Denise liked Triple H.
I know. I mean, whoever's young at the time, they're gonna sort of romanticize that era. I see people that are like, wish it could go back to the Divas era like it was when I grew up. And I'm like, no, they don't. They don't wish that.
Well, I want to see bra and panties matches.
Hey, some people do. Mark Losper says, imagine when Bron does a promo about sitting on a hill of invincibleness. He'll be totally over. Mark, that's good shit. Anti and Brick says, 2013 is when I started to get into WWE, so it's nice to hear it was actually good back then. The in-ring was very good. The in-ring was really, really good around that era. They were switching things over. Michael Key says, hold up, bladder? That's not where crap comes from. Juan says, Denise versus the toilet at WrestleMania win.
Hey, man. Fuck it. I don't care at this point.
I'm just
mad that tweet got over 1,000 likes, and there's going to be so many people that are like, wow, Denise must take really big shits. Hey, never mind.
So, by the way, Alex Pawlowski will be starting Sour Graps right after this show. But we've got a super chat from Mr. Andrew. It says, looking at Vince's comments from Pat's show, wonder what the other options people gave that Vince thought wasn't good enough and went with his idea for Raw. I'll see what I can find out, Andrew. That's a really good question. I like that. I mean, I'm sure that was a big turning point for them. Nerd Guru says, if they fail with Bron Breaker, then there's truly no hope. Assuming Roman wins at Mania, Bron is the guy to dethrone him. No questions, but they'll miss. Bron is young. He is their next Roman Reigns. He should be. He very much should be. He's got some work to do, but he should be that guy. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley beat the women's tag team champions, Denise, because Carmella was too busy flirting with Corey Graves ringside. This was a match to do a couple things. Get Liv and Rhea a win and to promote the Corey and Carmella show that they have been promoting heavily. JoJo says,
seen it?
No.
Neither have I.
JoJo says, WWE treats the women's tag champion so badly. It's sad, but I don't care for the match. Banks and Naomi for the win. This existed. I'm glad those two got a win. I am not happy that it's at the expense of the tag champions. Why shouldn't they get a title match now? In fact, go ahead, switch the titles, put them on Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and I'll take that versus Naomi and Sasha Banks. Cool. Nothing against Zelina or Carmella. I just would much prefer the match as I mentioned.
Yeah, that was really silly. The whole I'm going to be distracted because I'm talking husband, fiance? I'm not sure.
Fiance, I believe.
Okay, yeah. Now, that's just a little bit, I mean, come on. It's not like that was her first time wrestling in front of him, and all of a sudden she was distracted. It makes no sense whatsoever. I did like all of Liv Morgan's spots during this. She came in and she was, red hot. Good for her. I thought she looked pretty good for like the couple of moments that we saw her. But yeah, I think one of the, what was just said right now about the women's tag team division, it's a little... it's a little rocky, but I do like the idea of Rhea and Liv. I'm more so wondering, like, if in this triple threat, I have a feeling I would like to see the titles go with Sasha and Naomi, but I do think that Liv and Rhea would probably need them a lot more. But then at the same time, it's like Rhea just finished this whole thing with Nikki ASH, and I was kind of hoping that she would kind of go in and start doing something like on her own. But I think that, they could both benefit from that. So there.
We've got Finn Balor versus Austin Theory again. This ends in a DQ, and nobody's talking about the actual match. They're talking about what Damian Priest didn't do, Denise. He didn't do his finish, which is the Crossroads. He did a crucifix powerbomb. Will said, do you think Damian Priest using that instead of Reckoning means anything? Maybe Cody doesn't want anybody using the Crossroads. Well, I don't think it would be a Cody thing. I think it'd be a WWE thing. Cody uses other people's finish all the goddamn time. So I don't think that he's that worried about somebody using his finish because, quite frankly, he does it probably better than anybody's ever done it. But this was a big old nothing burger of a match. When I saw it, I said, they can't have either one of these guys lose. Balor's going to defend the title. Theory's got a big match at Mania. So I wasn't surprised this went the way that it did.
Feel bad for Finn Balor still.
Sure.
This is not pleasing for him. And I've been saying that over and over. I didn't care for the finish. I thought it was dumb. I thought it made Damian Priest look dumb. I thought it made Austin Theory look dumb. It made Finn Balor look dumb. It made everybody look dumb, which was unfortunate. So I didn't like that. The whole thing with Cody Rhodes, at this point, I think I'm at the point, to be honest, where I'm like, show-ups? What?
You got to listen, if this were Smack Talk Showdown, I'd be feeding you lines. Denise, big fat shit Salcedo says, WWE, Cody, shit or get off the pot.
I'm confused, Sean.
That's your catchphrase. When
Shit
you want somebody to hurry up. Yeah, shit or get off the pot.
I'm just at the point where show up somewhere, don't show up somewhere. I'm done already speculating. That's what I just said, Denise. Okay, but I didn't know that saying, okay? It's just
it means take a dump or get off the toilet.
I don't talk like that. I don't use those words and those
do.
sayings, okay? Isn't it like show up or show down or something?
It's shit or get off the pot.
Look, the point is, show up somewhere. I don't care where. Just freaking show up already. I'm tired of speculating. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm done.
Shit or get off the pot.
Shit or get off the pot. There you go. These Kentucky sayings, Sean, nobody says that here. Never heard it in my life.
Wally's World says, hey guys, what are your predictions for NXT call-ups after Mania? I hope LA Knight gets it. Do you think Roxy still comes to WWE? Yes, I do. I do think that she comes to WWE. By the way, guys, leave us a thumbs up. But LA Knight, I think, comes. But other than that, Denise, I think there's not a lot of rhyme or reason as to who gets called up and when. Like, I could see them bringing up Wendy Chu. She seems like the type of person that WWE would bring in and have, like, a great, like, comedy, like, that type of career. I think she would do really, really well on the main roster. I could see her winning the 24/7 title 1,000,000 times as well. Any call-ups that you're looking at?
I would still like to see Dakota Kai. I think she's somebody that I just feel bad that she's not on the main roster. I think she's somebody that I would be very excited for that. Yeah, all of these people that are not from like, no, nobody says that. Nope.
Hey, what's that over there? Says percentage on Jake something in WWE or AEW. Well, I wouldn't completely rule out him coming back to Impact, but we reported on FightfulSelect.com this weekend. Please subscribe that his deal was up. It was originally up at the end of February, but he had a date left on it. So he fulfilled that date, and now he's a free agent. He was not at the Sunday tapings. He's 32. He's 6'2". He is a big sirloin beef sons of bitch. He is about probably 250, and he can work his ass off. I think that he would be a good – I would love it if Tony brought him in for the new Ring of Honor. I think that would be very good. WWE could also use him. I think he'd be really good in NXT 2.0 too. He did stuff with Cody Deaner and did really, really well there.
Sean, I'm going to sue you for emotional distress.
Yeah, I bet you will.
You're just causing me too much stress.
Why? Well, listen.
Because you're causing me too much stress, and that's it. I'm suing you.
Is it because you're worried about hackers?
Huh? No.
You're worried about hackers. You're worried about not being able to watch your favorite shows. Well, you don't have to be with NordVPN.com/Fightful. Change your virtual location with just one click with NordVPN.com/Fightful. Watch region blocked shows. There was a UFC pay-per-view this weekend. It costs a lot of money. But when you get NordVPN.com/Fightful, you can subscribe to other services in other companies and save a lot of money. So much that you will effectively pay for the price of NordVPN with those savings. Do you like WWE Network more than Peacock? You can sign up from a different country over there. As CM Punk made it known last night, he is not a fan of Peacock. So you know what? If he uses NordVPN.com/Fightful, maybe he will be so happy that he will unblock me on Twitter. However, right now you get a great deal and an additional month free. But even beyond that, maybe you're on the fence about trying it. I don't know if I'm going to like this, Sean. I don't know if I want to browse securely. I don't know if I want to avoid hackers on unsecured Wi-Fi. Well, you know what? 30-day money-back guarantee. Hot diggity dog. 30-day money-back guarantee? That's a heck of a deal. Heck of a deal. Avoid region blocking, price discrimination, all that good stuff. Browse safely and securely on all your devices with NordVPN.com/Fightful.
Sean, we need to start doing a full screen for these graphics.
No.
This is like, I'm pretty sure I can sue you for this too. This also causes me emotional
Muted. Alan Mark says, Denise, it's a Midwest thing.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't even know if I'm on the air, not on the air.
You're on the air. You're on the air. Kevin Owens comes out. He runs down Texas. This is after Seth Rollins just looks blankly ahead. Kevin Owens has said that he wants a Kevin Owens show that people will remember on WrestleMania. Now, months ago, or probably over a month ago when I got the news, WWE wanted Stone Cold Steve Austin to do a match. Like, that was the hope. That was what they had pushed for internally. I had heard about them trying to get Austin cleared. I don't know if that ever happened. They wanted Stone Cold Steve Austin for a match. That was it. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Kevin Owens is now saying that he wants Stone Cold Steve Austin on the KO show. That'll be good. You know how it ends. Kick, wham, stunner. But there are plenty of people that are understandably relieved that Steve Austin probably isn't wrestling. There are a lot of people that are disappointed. I get both of them, Denise.
Yeah, I get both sides too, because there's there's a side of, obviously we know everything in terms of like Stone Cold and his neck and everything and all of that. But on top of that, it's the whole, not wanting to ruin your legacy. That's something important that we need to talk about. I think that you never know what's going to happen when you're out there. And I don't think maybe he doesn't want to risk having a bad match and kind of ruining, the aura of Stone Cold Steve Austin. But then the side of people like that want to see the match are kind of the people that I think are more on the sides of, what, we feel he can do it and it'd be great. We just want to see Stone Cold wrestle that one more time because, we can't let it go, right? So I do get both sides of this.
I kind of wanted to see it. Like, I mean, people were tossing around Vince wrestling, which doesn't look like it's happening. Thank God.
What do you think's more probable, seeing Austin wrestle or seeing Vince wrestle at WrestleMania?
Vince. I always thought Vince. Yeah, by far Vince. Vince has wrestled far more recently than Steve Austin. In fact, let me look on.
True. Well, when was it that he did the freaking when he jumped off the little when he was showing what's his face how to jump off? Oh, Gronkowski, right? When he was jumping off the little platform on NXT. That was nuts. That wasn't even that long ago.
Vince McMahon has wrestled 27 matches since the last time that Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestled a match.
Yeah, but now he's like, well, how old is he? 70 something?
Yeah, he hasn't wrestled in. Well, okay, he wrestled. That doesn't include the Ryback or the CM Punk thing either. But
how old was he the last time he wrestled?
It was the CM Punk thing, and that was about 8 years ago or 9 years ago.
He was like in his 60s then.
Sure.
So that's not too bad. But now you're like in your 70s.
Now.
Yeah.
Mark Losper says Stone Cold on a talk show is not stupendous. I mean, we saw it at Mania 21, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, Mr. Showtime saying WWE playing the glass break, lame. That was lame. To end the show, they played his music, and people like everywhere were thinking that he was there.
That sucked.
It did suck.
Yeah.
Nerd Guru said, so KO's getting a Stone Cold segment. That leaves Seth. Seth no longer has a soul. Is he fighting Cody Rhodes? He should. That should be a big match. I think it should happen. I hope it does. If Cody doesn't go back to AEW, I'd like for him to go to WWE. I felt like there was a lot of unresolved shit in AEW. Like all the stuff with his heel face thing, the EVPs. I would have loved to have seen that play out.
Are you heartbroken that we didn't get Paige Van Zandt and Brandy Rhodes?
No. I'm very glad that didn't happen. MJ Johnson says it's kind of sad that Kevin's match all depends on if Stone Cold wants to have a match. Why do they have to depend on legends and part-timers? Well, MJ, it's because they don't build anybody new. They haven't in years and years and years and years. They worry about the marquee instead. So you got a couple people that are maybe protected, and the rest of them are fighting for continuity and sense and booking and all that. Meanwhile, anybody who criticizes it is told, let that man surf. Who cares? He's getting the paycheck. They care. They absolutely care. I care about you guys leaving a thumbs up because the rest of our super chats are non-raw. Drew Chandler says, everybody check out the latest episode of MLW on YouTube. Watch KC Navarro versus Ho-Ho Lun and check out that ref. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm the ref. Okay, so he said the sexy ref, and I thought he was objectifying somebody. So I didn't read that. And then he's like, oh, wait, it was me. And then he says, hi, Denise.
Oh, hey, you know what I heard was really good, but I haven't seen it? I heard Jonah and PCO were really great. That it was like a banger of a match.
On Sacrifice?
Yeah, I heard it was really good. Let me know, because I don't know if I'm going to have time to watch, but I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. And shout out to Drew. We appreciate you. Connor says, is FTR unhappy, especially with Dax's tweet this morning? Dax is always upset, my friend. He just is. He's perpetually got a chip on his shoulder, and that's not a bad thing. Daniel says, Sean, I get it's Monday, but I'm pumped for Wednesday. The Wardlow stuff, I'm ready for it. Any guesses? I mean, what do you mean any guesses? He turned on MJF. It's over. That's got to be it. MJF ain't dumb enough to let that slide. And he says he thinks Sean is 5'8". You're not far off. I'm maybe 5'5", 5'6". Close to it.
I don't know. You're pretty tall. I feel like you grew.
I'm just standing up straighter, Denise.
Good for you.
Not taking those big fat shits all day, hunched over. Hey, what's that over there? Says, with Tony booking ROH, I'm even more interested in what Cody is going to do next. Me too. I am interested in what kind of interest the ROH brand has in it. Like, am I going to be hiring somebody to do post shows for that? Will people care enough for that? We're gonna see how it goes. Eloquent says, lost in MSG in that awesome AEW show. Alex Shelley and Jay White had a banger on Sacrifice.
I heard that too, actually.
That's the match I'm excited for. It upset me, Denise, because this was in Kentucky. It was in freaking Kentucky, and I was in Orlando, where all these sons of bitches live, and they were here. But little birdie told me they're coming back an awful lot soon. I'm going to be going to a lot of Impact shows this summer. So
I heard the crowd was really like hot for the show. I heard that your Kentucky people did very well.
I love it. I'm happy. From what I understand, they've got at least 2 more Kentucky things on the books, and that makes me very happy because a lot of people don't know the athletic commission issues here. A lot of people don't want to run shows here. WWE did not do TV in Kentucky for like 8 years because of the athletic commission. They would just do Indianapolis and Cincinnati. So I'm very, very happy. Mark says, given how Revolution went, well, AEW will be just fine without Cody. Also, 3-hour reviews rule. They don't rule. This 1-hour review rules, though. I'm very happy about it. We're about to wrap that up. AEW has been fine without Cody. We didn't need his Anthony Ogogo feud. We didn't need his feud with the Nightmare Factory. They did 2 pay-per-views before this without him, Denise. They don't need him, but when he's used and he's good and he's clicking on all cylinders, he's great.
Yeah, it's just very 50-50 hit or miss. Sean, your sneezing face was hilarious. You look like you were going to die. You were like, it's happening.
I am going to die.
Is coming. That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I just got
what?
A big email, Denise.
What did it? Oh, I'm not going to ask you what it's saying because you're not going to tell me.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? What's the email?
It is official.
Lovely stuff.
Denise
versus Sean, you got a lot of people excited thinking you were going to read some freaking scoop. Come on.
It is. It's a poop scoop. Breaking poops.
I'm going to use this in my lawsuit against you for my emotional distress and public humiliation. Hey, this is bullying. You realize this. This is cyber bullying. Oh my God, I'm being bullied on the internet and no one has said or done anything.
You called me a cyber bull.
I am being bullied by my boss. I can't say or do anything or else I'm going to lose my job. Do you see?
That's not true.
When my Netflix documentary comes out, I want all of this to be put in there. This is very sad.
Hey, what's that over there? Says Ian should come back for commentary. I hope he does. Ian is one of the greatest people in wrestling, a wonderful dude, and I'd love to see that. Hey, what's that over there? Says Cody could be the next or the first. Cody could also be the new ROH's first signing. Yeah, but I doubt it. Anything's possible. And if he really didn't get along with the other EVPs, Denise, having him go over there and say, all right, do your thing over here. Sure. What's a cyber bull, Denise?
Cyber bully? I don't care anymore. You know what? I'm going to pick a war with this Michael Keys, guys. He's been sending a bunch of super chats going up against me, all right?
Saps.
Michael Keys,
super chats.
Come down to LA. I'm calling you out, buddy.
He sent a super chat? Who is he? You?
Sean, can we wrap this up? I've been in 3 states in 3 freaking days. Pardon my language.
Cry me a river. I've been in 4.
I don't care about you. I care about me.
Josh Weaver says 3 weeks from now at WrestleMania, the shit hits the fan. You need to do that. Here's what you do, Denise. You come out, you've got a glove and you've got Dookie in your hand and you throw it at the audience and you go, the shit has really hit the fans now.
You see? Public humiliation.
Aaron says Regal running ROH is the feeder for AEW. Thoughts? I think that's a really good idea.
I feel like Tony Khan, I don't know if I wouldn't say he hinted around it, but he did not necessarily say that it was happening. And I feel like it was something that, I don't know, I got the vibe. You get me? There was a vibe there about that.
Mark Losper says, right time to say Happy International Women's Day. Yes, it is.
Really? After you just publicly humiliated me, telling everybody I shit, and now you're Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Now I'm just angry.
Juan says, I think I contribute.
You're not even going to apologize?
No, not at all, because I'm not sorry. Juan says,
I think we go through.
Hashtag Denise takes big fat shits.
You already did that one like months ago.
Well, we're doing it again. Juan says, I think I contributed to the Denise versus the toilet match at WrestleMania as well, Sean. Yeah. And Nerd Guru says, predictions for the Regal stuff going forward. That's got me the most invested by far. Regal lost the Wednesday Night War, so he and his troops switch sides. I think he will be a part of the Moxley Danielson thing, and I do think that he'll have something to do with Ring of Honor. So
I'm expecting like a stable there, like within AEW, like with Moxley and Danielson, and I'm expecting him to probably take some sort of role with Ring of Honor, but that's just like expectations.
Bugs Bunny says,
did mention, by the way, that William Regal was going to have like a behind the scenes type of thing.
Yeah, helping on and off the screen. Bugs Bunny says, Denise, my wife said your hair looks good, so cheer up. It does look good.
Thank you. Finally,
you always got good hair.
Michael says, yours.
Yeah. So I just do this and let it rock. I don't care. Michael Key says, I feel attacked. Am I a toilet now? And Nerd Guru says, I watched the Punk entrance from last night so many times. At the end of the match, when Colt hits, he sings that going up the ramp, storytelling. It's his beginning and it's his like sort of middle and end. Oh, it's amazing. When that AFI song hit, that was the first era in which I discovered what Ring of Honor was. And I was like, who's this guy wrestling in basketball shorts and coming out to AFI? Like that, he was one of the things that attracted me to indie wrestling.
That was really nice too. I think it was such a nice moment, and everybody kind of had like this. I feel like everybody kind of had the same reaction where they're like, "Oh, this is so cool," and let's all just enjoy it. And then when Reg made him cry in the scrum, and he talked about that, it was a good moment.
Blake Locke says everybody poops, Denise. I read it in a book once.
Wait, you're reading the wrong super chat.
That's okay. There it is. I'm reading it. Fear and Loathing says, Denise, will Seth have a match at Mania? Does a bear shit in the woods?
Is that another saying? Because I've never heard that saying either.
Yeah, somebody asks you a question. If it's obvious, you say, does a bear shit in the woods? Well, of course.
Never heard that saying in my life till right now.
Does a bear shit in the woods turn into a cartoon, use Charmin and make a commercial about it? Yeah, of course.
Sean, Denise have those speaking another language. Oh, the little Charmin song? What is it? I'm Charmin clean.
Yes.
I like that song's pretty funny.
Riptide said, of course you do. Denise, did she have those Daily's Place nachos again? Denise, you brought this on yourself. You never sell for something like this.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. I'm just here. I'm just like.
As we wrap up, TWD Fan 10 says, Cody debut in Jacksonville. If not, who is Seth facing? Okay, if no Cody, who do you think?
For Seth Rollins? Based on the story that they're doing right now, I feel like there really isn't anybody that feels like an obvious person to me. Is there somebody that I'm missing that feels like an obvious person?
No, not really.
No, I don't feel like it, because it's basically just been like, what he's been doing with Kevin Owens. If Kevin Owens wasn't doing the Kevin Owens show, then I'd probably be like, I don't know, maybe Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens or something.
There's New Day over on SmackDown.
But there's no story.
I know.
Drew, you're just gonna name, like, we're just gonna go with random people. Then
that's it. There's nothing that makes sense. Aaron Alvarado says, let's do an exercise. Vince decides it's his time, which is more likely to happen. Triple H and Stephanie run it, or Khan and the Helmsleys leave WWE. Nick Khan running it, I think, is a way more realistic situation than Stephanie and Triple H at this point. Any other news on the Owen Cup? Just what we know. That's going to kick off in May. The two winners will be at Double or Nothing. I've heard some names that have pitched themselves to be in it, which I think is very cool. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And Michael Keys says, no comment. Here's some money for you guys. Love you. Well, on that note, we are going to depart like a dingleberry from Denise's ass. Denise, tell the people where they can find you.
I'm not answering this question.
On the commode. On the commode.
I knew where you were going with this. So I was like, I'll just let you say your little joke, Sean. Twitter and Instagram at _ Denise Salcedo. Go watch the CM Punk video there so I can make some money off of this trip. That's all I've got to say.
Guys, thank you all so much. I am exhausted. Thank you for all the support. Until next time, we're out.